Hi everyone, this is my first impression of the Brook Ghost 12 GTX and some of the things that I'm looking forward to testing even further. So here are a few things that stood out to me right away. Number one was the cushioning. As soon as I put this shoe on, I realized that there are two different types of foam on the outsole. So the lateral heel portion of the shoe actually has a very soft compound compared to the rest of the sole, and it is very noticeable. It almost allows you, it feels like you're standing on a cloud when you're just putting your weight on the lateral portion of the heel. So this will be interesting and see how it translates to longer runs, and if there's a lot of heel strike going on, to see if it causes fatigue up through my leg and my quads and into my hips. So that is something I'm definitely going to report back to you guys as soon as I do a couple longer runs outside with this shoe. So the second thing I want to talk about is the overall stability of this shoe. It is a neutral shoe and the footbed is neutral, which I personally really like, but the overall rigidity of this shoe is somewhat high for a neutral shoe. Nowadays I find a lot of them are pretty flimsy, but the outsole is pretty stiff. It does have some flex through the forefoot. It does have a nice rocker as well through there, so that helps with, even though it is rigid, it doesn't feel overly rigid when you're wearing it. And then the upper is fairly stiff as well, so it does give somewhat good support even though the footbed once again is neutral. So once again on longer runs we'll see how this translates and see if my foot stays just as comfortable as it has been on the treadmill for a few runs that I've been able to take this out on. Now last but not least is the waterproof ability of this shoe. So this is supposed to be 100% waterproof, and when you first look at this shoe you would not think that it is waterproof except for the little tiny tab where it says it is Gore-Tex on the front. So it looks like a regular run-of-the-mill running shoe. However, when you are wearing the shoe, in like a lot of Gore-Tex shoes that I've tested in the past, is you hear this tissue paper type crunching or crinkling in the forefoot and the toe box. So that is something that I'm wondering if that's going to go away with more wear, or if after it gets wet. It's only a minor annoyance. It just stands out, and I've had some comments on it. But other than that, what I'm more concerned about is if it is waterproof or not. So actually tomorrow we're supposed to get a pretty good rainfall. I'm gonna go out for a good long run, and I'm definitely gonna be running into the puddles rather than avoiding them. So I'm gonna report back to you guys with those three things and let you know exactly how this shoe handles and holds up. And hopefully you guys check back in and watch that video. If you have any comments in the meantime about this or any questions, feel free to leave those down below. We try our best to get back to every one of the comments, so leave it and we'll be happy to respond back to you.